Your submission will be against transfer.
Not against transfer. The Utsoshi portal applied to the primary school teachers is applied to the secondary, higher secondary, all. It's a common portal opened by the state. Board made this request. Your losses, I understand your losses immediately catch hold of me. You requested it. Requested because of the recruitment process of 2022. Because I tell you, losses, there are declared vacancies. If the declared vacancies are to be filled up the transfer, the entire process of recruitment will be hampered. That's why board asked for limited stay of the portal, so that the appointments is over, then the transfer applications again can be taken up.
And it does not affect the substantive right culminated into the rules itself.
He
why
has
say
not
this?
spoken a single
No, I'm not
word
saying
about
that.
the right
Kindly,
What
to
my
want
different
the
division-
portal to be made functional.
Exactly. I'm appearing for the board. In this matter, I want to make in respect of all the matters a composite submissions.
Which are the matters?
This is 19, if the 19th petitioner is present, I can. But if anybody is present for the next petition or that, I can.
I'm for 20.
The losses can take it up. Take it up
20.
20. I am not in respect of mutual or single transfer. My submission will be composite submissions in respect of all transfers. If you losses take it up 20, I will.
Where will 19 ta pass over thak?
I'm in 19 for the DPSC. One
But
DPSC.
I think 19
yes.
is mutual. I am not aware.
20 is
20
mutual.
All are mutual.
20.
Even I find number of transfer matters
Mutual.
are single transfers. My submissions in respect of all mutual transfer. So for concern, maybe little easier. But your losses, my submissions covers all.
Your submission will be against transfer.
Not against transfer. I tell you, losses. I'm not against transfer because it's a statutory provision. I can't say the board will be against the transfer. Prayer of a transfer. Whether that will be allowed or rejected, that's the fund aspect. Now, these provisions was there initially in the under section 19K. But the board didn't face this situation earlier. Board is now facing one or two matters there that didn't board really bother about that to carry out his statutory functions. What happened, your losses? The 2020, the recruitment rules were amended. Recruitment rules provided a state-wise panel. So, state-wise panel, if any persons, one district do not have any vacancy, but the other district have vacancy, a candidate can be appointed. It's for the benefit of the candidates also. Now, because of these provisions, now once he gets an appointment, he goes to Kajviar, he or she. Now, after 1 or 2 years, always, it's a human inclination that he will come back to his home. He applies for that, whatever may be the reason. I'm not on the reason. He applies for transfer to his home district, either by mutual or by single transfer by showing the reasons, medical, all other things. Now, here your losses, because of this change of mode of appointment, now the board is flooded with applications. This situation was anticipated probably by the state because of this. And it's not that the Utsoshi portal applied to the primary school teachers, is applied to the secondary, higher secondary, all. It's a common portal opened by the state. But I think your lordships have gone through this one. I have only one copy. The basic notice of the Utsoshi portal. Your lordships, kindly have a look at this. I think Rule 3.5. Rule 5. A sub-rule 1 substitute the following sub-rule. Of a teacher seeking transfer applicant under clause B of Rule 4 shall submit his online application through a designated portal for transfer, stating the grounds mentioned in sub-rule 3 to the concerned sub-inspector of schools, and the concerned sub-inspector of schools shall subsequently send such application with his specific views report to the concerned council. By this amendment of rule, following that notice of the governor, this rule was amended. Now, after this, the designated portal, all sorts of transfers was being dealt with. There was no problem with that so far board is concerned. Board was right, very efficiently was dealing with this problem. There was no administrative disorder or anything in the. Now, one thing I tell you, losses, so far the board is concerned, infrastructure of the board is very limited. Now, often your losses direct either secretary or the president to deal with the transfer immediately. Obviously, your losses, because though the rules provides council, every order of transfer cannot be considered by a body. It should be done by the head of the board. That's right. But now the board, a secretary has to engage thousands of applications now. He becomes more difficult for him to perform his regular duties. Why I am telling your lordships will find here in the 3A how the transfer to be dealt with. Detailed provisions. People teacher ratio, medical ground, then how long he is there in that school. It carries marks also. Your lordships will find that in the very next page of these amended rules. Kindly go to the next. Particulars and markings. Service rendered in present school and the post last date, all that. I'm not detailing it. How much distance he has to cover, all that. So that it can be done according to the government's intention, error-free and transparent. So and your losses didn't face it also. And now which your loss is facing so much of transfer applications. Now, this was everything in respect of a teacher. Every details of all the teachers are in bengal.utsoshi.com. Now, if he applies, now your losses, ultimately when the through sub-inspector of schools application comes up before the secretary, he opens the portal, gets the details, not only of the petitioner, but of the other district where he wants to get to be transferred. Now, it becomes possible for him. Now, what happened, your lordships? Kindly come to the notification at dated 29 September 2022. Till this date, the board didn't have any problem. In exercise of the power conferred by Section 107 of the West Bengal Primary Education Act 1973, the governor is pleased to state that the operation of online processing of application of transfer to Utsoshi portal is hereby temporarily suspended under special circumstances up to 31st December 2002 or until further order. Then your losses kindly come to the next. 30th June 2023. Whereas the state government wide notification number such and such has temporarily suspended the transfer portal up to 30th June 2023. Now the next para is very important. And whereas the West Bengal Board of Primary Education wide number such and such requested the School Education Department to extend the suspension period of Utsoshi portal till 31st December 2023 due to ongoing recruitment process related to issue. And whereas the competent authority school department has considered the request and accepted the same. Now, therefore, in exercise of the power conferred by Section 107 of the Act, the governor is pleased to extend the temporary suspension of online transfer application and processing of online transfer application till 31st December 2023. Now, the question arises now, the first one, your lordship, by the government. At that point of time, as I find from our records, didn't have any request. Board made this request, your lordships. I understand your lordships immediately catch hold of me. You requested it. Requested because of the recruitment process of 2022. Because I tell you, lordships, there are declared vacancies. If the declared vacancies are to be filled up the transfer, the entire process of recruitment will be hampered. That's why board asked for limited stay of the portal. So that the appointments is over, then the transfer applications again can be taken up. Now, after this, my lord, the board has filed an application, requested the government. There was extension. Your lordships will find the next one, 29th December 2023.
So right now it's till 31st of December 2024.
Exactly. But what happened, your lordships? I'm not, it's not that I'm quarreling with the state. All the time, by letter, I requested the board, look, my 80% appointments is over. Now I can deal with online application. Please open the portal so that I can deal with it. It was before the last notification. Your lordships will find the last notification of 28th June 2024. Our application, if I'm not wrong, I had just now 11th June 2024. Difficulty was that, that's why I believe, your lordships kindly call for either government pleader or the advocate general, because the portal is not for the primary alone. This was for others. Now, as your lordships knows, upper primary and all appointments are state. Probably the commission and others says that don't open the portal, because our vacancy will be disturbed, all that. I don't know, my lord. But so far we are concerned, we are requested them, please open the portal so that I can deal with it. Now that has not been probably acceded to or that. My lord, we are wanting before your losses, kindly direct the state, it's so that portal can be open and we can deal with it. Otherwise, the board is facing difficulty. My lord, it's almost a single man dealing with thousands of applications. It's
for the state.
That's my lord. I think I'm a.
My lord, may I make a submission?
For the state response.
My lord, I have one submission, specific submission. regarding this. What my learned senior friend has stated, he has very nicely portrayed the whole issue. Well, the first issue, that what are the consequences of temporary suspension of the online portal? Now, initially, all the transfer applications were withheld on that. Matter went up to this honorable division bench, coordinate bench, everywhere. The honorable court held and observed that, see, this portal is only a means of application, making application, and it does not affect the substantive right culminated into the rules itself.
He
Ah,
has
why say
not
this?
spoken a single
No, I'm not
word
saying
about
that.
the right.
Kindly allow me to finish. Based upon that, with that observation, the honorable division bench as well as the coordinate bench directed the authorities to allow offline applications. So the problem which is being portrayed, that due to this online portal is temporarily suspended, for which it cannot be considered or there are difficulties, the court has already considered it and directed, see, you cannot, only on the sake of temporary suspension of the portal, you cannot withhold the transfer application, because right has enumerated
No,
from
that
the
is all
rules.
right.
Matlab, what
You
my
want
learned friend
the
division
portal to be made functional.
exactly.
No,
I tell
even
you lordship, I tell you
without-
lordship, I deal with my learned friend submissions.
Just
What
need to
I
complete
placed
it.
today before your lordships,
You
probably
say
that
you
was
are
not placed
facing,
before the division bench.
you say you are facing trouble in handling
For administrative
offline applications.
offline applications.
Matlab,
Anyway,
it's
let us
how
see.
similar thing happening
But
for the
then-
secondary. Secondary also the same procedure is going on. This allegation has not come or this trouble has not come.
My lord,
Please take instruction.
my lord, in respect of item number 19, my lord,
Yes.
I am for the District Primary School Council, Jhargram, my lord. This application for transfer made by the applicants, that is the, my lord, writ petitioners. Here, my lord, one writ petitioner filed this matter.
No, two I see.
Two writ petitioners, if it is, my lord.
Mutual transfer.
Mutual transfer, but, my lord, here the application filed on, my lord, 2nd July. The petition filed on 5th July, 2024.
Well, here I tell you losses.
Therefore, and the application was not made to the board. Only it was made to the district primary council. How can it be, my lord, considered? It should be dismissed.
Malad, I tell you losses another
20,
thing.
not 20.
If malad,
20.
when a
19.
I'm not in 9.
Malad, I am conscious of the provisions of law, whether directory or mandatory. When the rule provides a certain procedure, why, my lord, this it should be made to the council or board first.
Yes.
It can be forwarded a copy. Why this is, my lord, intended to be submitted to the sub-inspector of schools? Object is that sub-inspector of school is the nodal officer. He knows about his own immediate teacher.
Data is available.
Exactly, your lordships. It has to kindly see the 3A amended rules. So many details have to be performed. And I am concerned, your lordships, inter-council. I am facing tremendous difficulty. Now the secretary says me that I can't do my regular job. I am dealing with transfer only. I am before the computer, I am dealing.
Learned advocate representing the council submits that the council is facing huge difficulty, huge administrative difficulty in handling the applications for transfer offline, applications for transfers filed offline. Stop paragraph. Currently, the Utsosh portal, which was functioning to handle the transfer applications in respect of teaching and non-teaching staff engaged in different government aided and government sponsored primary / upper primary / secondary / higher secondary schools has been temporarily suspended. Stop. The suspension is there till 31st
31st December
of December
2024.
2024 or until further order, whichever is earlier. Stop. Paragraph. The council seeks a direction upon the state government to make the online portal functional.
My lord, it is not council, it is the pair of the board, my lord. Instead of council, my lord.
West Bengal Board of
My
Primary
lord, it is the
Education.
board, my lord. It is
West
paid for.
Bengal Board. To
Board
কি বললাম? To make the
আমরা
the council and the board. Time to
make online portal functioning in respect of the
in respect of primary schools, so that the applications can be processed in a transparent and error-free manner. Stop.
Actually,
It has been submitted that
সুনিতাটা আলাদা
the applications for transfer are to be processed in terms of the amended rules of the West Bengal primary teacher, primary education, bracket open, transfer of teachers, including head teacher, bracket close, rules, comma 2002. Stop. Various data are required for processing the application for transfer. Stop. If the data is available online, comma, processing of the applications become faster and easier. Stop. Paragraph. Learned advocate representing the state respondents is directed to take instruction with regard to the request made by the West Bengal Board of Primary Education. Stop. List the matter on 6th of August